Alright, guys, it's Christmas time. Let's talk about season 3 of Smallville. Lucky me, I saw the whole thing. Anyway, so Smallville has reached 10 seasons, and that is a major accomplishment when it comes to a TV show. I doubt that there is that many shows that have reached 10 seasons. I mean, Breaking Bad never reached 10 seasons, and Game of Thrones never reached 10 seasons. So I'd say it is a major accomplishment that you are able to make a show so interesting enough that it would last for 10 seasons. And Smallville is definitely one of those. And I could think of a couple other shows that have reached 10 seasons or more, but each and every one of them has one or two or maybe even three seasons that you just say to yourself, what was the point of this season? It does not fit in the story, and it just slows everything down. Why does this season exist? And season 3 of Smallville is definitely one of those for me. Okay, so season 3 of Smallville starts off, Clark Kent is in Metropolis, he's wearing red kryptonite, so he's doing a whole lot of bad things. He has a branded symbol on his chest from Jor-El. So I could say the beginning of the season is definitely interesting because at this point, you should know what happens when Clark Kent wears red kryptonite. And then it just gets resolved in like one or two episodes. I really hate that stuff. I hate it. I mean, when you're having a character building show like this one, it's supposed to be small boy Clark Kent turns into Superman. This is the story of how he becomes Superman. So it's a character building show. So when you have season 2 end on Clark leaving with red kryptonite on, kind of like telling you that he is running away from something, but also he wants to become something different. What are the consequences of this decision? What decisions will he make in season 3 that will lead him to different parts of the road? But apparently, everything about it gets resolved in just a couple of episodes. He becomes a good guy again. The brand's gone. I spoiled that for you, so you're welcome. And then it just goes back with Clark Kent being in Smallville again. He's the same dude from season 2. Only difference is he and Lana Lang are no longer in a relationship. Mostly because Clark Kent straight up refuses to tell her about his secret. He thinks it'll be too shocking for her that she will never speak to him again and all such. And I can understand his point of view if the show didn't do this. See, Lana Lang has seen a whole lot of people throughout the couple of seasons that had superpowers. I'm not even joking. People get infected by the meteorite rocks that have landed in the first season, and now they have developed superpowers. So, from hearing from Clark Kent that he also has superpowers, it doesn't sound like it would be that shocking for her. But apparently to Clark Kent, it probably does. And that could work for like a couple of episodes in one season, but do it for 19 episodes in a 22 episode long season is absolutely infuriating. Seriously, that's the whole point in a lot of episodes in this season. I mean, it starts off, Clark Kent is doing something, then Lana Lang gets in trouble. He goes in, saves her life using his superpowers, of course, and then he leaves before she sees anything. And then it resolves with her coming over to talk to him, of course, that lovey-dovey stuff and everything. And then she asks him what is his secret, because obviously she knows that he has a secret. And then he doesn't tell her. They get a little moody, and then they just split off. Rinse and repeat, and that is 19 episodes of this season. Holy crap. If I could think of a waste of time, it's probably this one. I will never get those days back. And also, if she knows that you have a secret, I'm pretty sure she knows that you do have superpowers. Because, for example, in one episode in particular, I just sat there and thinking, okay, Lana, you know that he has superpowers. This undead guy is like is trying to kill her with a shotgun, and she doesn't call the police. She doesn't call family members. She doesn't call anyone that can help her in this situation. No, she calls Clark Kent, who is in a building on the other side of town, mind you. And well, he has heard this conversation before because like a time travel episode, I guess. So she calls him, tells him exactly where he is, and at that very second, that was when she's supposed to get shot. He shows up, saves her life, everything gets resolved just like that. And I'm sitting there going, Lana, you know he has superpowers. You don't just call Clark Kent when you are being chased by somebody who's going to kill you. Seriously, you know he has superpowers. That episode was bad, mind you. It's just bad writing. And and after all of that, they just do the same thing over and over and over again. This isn't the final episode. No, this is some episode straight in the middle. And for them to try to split off from each other, like Clark is dating that one hot girl from Final Fantasy 2, Final Destination 2. I always get those mixed up. I am so stupid. And I'm thinking, oh yay, Clark Kent is dating the crazy girl that is trying to prevent her death, whereas Lana Lang is dating a guy in this season who actually is a dead body. I mean, these people have terrible relationship skills. Seriously, and I don't exactly know where the showrunners really wanted to go in season 3, because it just seems like something happens, it ends, there are no consequences afterwards, and it's just rinse and repeat from there. So I gotta say, there's only 3 episodes in this entire season that I can actually say are very good, and those star Lex Luthor. And I'm sitting here going, okay, I feel like that this show is also the build-up story of Lex Luthor as well. He is a young guy who just wants to make his way in the entire world, feels like that he has a father that doesn't appreciate him, and it's just his destiny to be a douchebag. And then he meets Clark Kent and his family and sees what a real family would be. He wants that type of stuff. I want to see this build-up of Lex Luthor as well. So, showrunners, if you could push Clark Kent aside just for a while and just let the Lex Luthor story play out, I'm okay with that. I like Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor, and with the 3 episodes that I got with Lex Luthor in here, I'd say are the best episodes in the entire season. Really made it worth it, of course. And also, I find out in these episodes that Lionel Luthor is never going to win Father of the Year. He may be one of the richest men in the world, but he's not going to win Father of the Year. Case in point, when Lex Luthor was locked up in an asylum. That was messed up. That was... How can anyone be forgiven for something like that? That just makes no sense. But still, though, I gotta say, season 3 was definitely a drag. It just felt like a bunch of teen romance bullcrap mixed in 3 episodes of a story that I actually did want to see. There are some surprises in that episode, like for example, Lex Luthor actually sees Clark Kent use his powers, and suddenly he has this total revelations, and I'm thinking, okay, Lex Luthor now knows what's gonna happen from here. That gets resolved as well. I mean, what the hell? You have something that can lead up to something a whole lot bigger, and from what it looks like, it would end up with them as enemies, but then it just gets resolved, and we're just back to square one. It's like, you ever go to one of those state fairs and there was that roller coaster? It doesn't go in many squiggly lines, it just goes in one big circle over and over and over again, and every time you get off, your girlfriend just wants you to get right back on, do it again, get back on, do it again, and you think that this is character building or anything? No, by the time that anything gets really resolved later on down the show, it only feels like I have my head in a bucket and I'm like, oh, finally, this is all over. And season 3, I gotta say, was a major waste of time. So I gotta say, you're not gonna miss a whole lot much if you skip it. So guys, season 3 of Smallville, have you seen it? And if you powered through this thing like I did, I really hope that we all win trophies in the end, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You still wasted our time with one season, and hopefully season 4 would be better. Right? But anyway, have you seen it? What did you think of it? Whatever you thought, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.